Hello and welcome back, guys. You are gaming with me, Brothgar, and today I've got some more Planet Coaster for you. Now, today I'm going to be covering this dive coaster I have right up here in front of me, and I'm also going to be covering another roller coaster, which is a metro roller coaster built all underground in a cave system. It's pretty cool, so we'll check that out in a little bit. Anyhow, though, this was more of an experiment just to learn how these roller coasters work. This is the dive coaster, so it's the very first one that you have available. Well, they're all available to you currently in the alpha, but it's the first one based on its naming scheme. Anyhow, though, there you have it. It's moved on over here, and I was experimenting with the hold-up sort of loop that you get, and then it drops right down. I don't really know what to call that. It's just kind of the vertical drop holding system right there, and you can see how that roller coaster just drops down over a huge drop right through the ground. And I had to go underneath just to make that curve withstandable. So otherwise, if I were to drop it down and come right back up on the other half of this cliff, it would have killed everybody trying to ride the thing. Anyhow, I dropped it back down, did some couple of loops right there. That was pretty cool. I like the vertical drop system of it. It was really difficult to actually alter that vertical drop once it was already built. And you'll see that in the time lapse that I have here, and you'll see in a few minutes. This was kind of a fun free-form loop right there. You saw that worked. And that's also a custom free-form vertical loop right there at the very end. Anyhow, though, I have the time lapse for you, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alrighty, well, there you have it. That was the time lapse. Pretty cool. It didn't take too long to build this. Like I said, the longest part it took was actually trying to refigure out how to make this thing taller than it initially was. It wasn't actually this tall, but trying to make it vertical again, you'll see where there's going to be a little bit of a kink here that was in the track where we come across the holding position, where you then are staring straight down, and then it lets you loose after a few seconds. And for some odd reason, it was just really hard to work backwards because the holding thing would always turn around 180 degrees. Just part of it being an alpha. But anyhow, here we go, dropping straight down into what is a huge drop. I don't know how fast you're going, but this is the largest curve I could put on this roller coaster, and you can see how fast that went past there right there. I'm guessing well over 100 miles an hour, but the speed is not determined in the game just yet. We don't know how fast these things are going. The statistics aren't here, but eventually they will be in the game. Moving up across right where the green roller coaster was that we saw last time, into this custom loop right here. This thing is always fun. I love modeling these sort of loops where they kind of go in and out of each other. It's fun. Nice gentle slope right here into a turn and into the inversion. And there you have it. And there's a little trolley system right back up to the beginning. Like I said, this is more of a beta of this roller coaster, just learning it. I could definitely make it a little bit better, but there you have it. That is the dive roller coaster right there. So let's go ahead and check out the other project that I was telling you about last time. So right where my park drops down to the lower level right here, we see the Forge Extreme Ride, and that thing looks like an absolute riot to actually ride. I don't know if that is a true thing and exists. You guys will have to let me know. I've never seen one in real life, but it looks pretty awesome, and it would be really cool. Right down here is a cave. And inside of here is a roller coaster that we were talking about last time. You guys said build a Metro roller coaster, and this is what I've come up with. I think it's pretty cool. I carved out this cave right here and also added some little skylights just to give it some natural light as we look around. And what you can see is just a mass of roller coaster all packed into the same cave system right here. And you'll see in a couple spots it'll actually go on outside of the cave, just because I want to give some more context to it and feel like you were exploring some current areas. This is probably my favorite aspect of the ride. Right here, where you get that curve as you're coming out of one cave system and into the other. I think in total, though, you're going to have 8 inversions, and there are a couple breaks inside of this roller coaster just to kind of break up the segments. Right around 3 segments, I feel, where it's pretty intense and then there's some calm moments. But you can just see, you know, how this is all processed together. To be honest, this one didn't take very long to model at all, because I used a fair amount of pre-generated loops. For like that loop you saw over here, that was actually a pre-generated pretzel, and the rest of that's just figuring out where it's going to go. And that, again, that loop right there is pre-generated, and then it goes on outside, so you get another glimpse of the canyon over here, and then loops right back inside to where it goes into the vertical lift and trolleys its way back up to the start. Anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look at the time lapse for this bad boy. Alrighty, well, let's give this Metro roller coaster here a ride. I'm going to be doing it from cinematic mode just because it's really hard to view or get some sort of idea what's going on here if you are actually in first person. You'll see a view later and you'll see why. Anyhow, we go up into the first loop right there. That's going to go off and give you a nice little turn, and then we come into another loop right there. I did do a couple of different helixes, but that was a little bit too extreme. There you go into a nice pretzel roll right there. So we've gone upside down 4 times. And that one isn't completely upside down, so we've already been upside down 4 times already. That's kind of stage 1, so everything's calm here. Now we go into another pretzel. This is going to add 2 more inversions, bringing us up to a total of 6. And now we get into another sort of calm-ish area where we're looping around on the inside. So it's not inversion back to back to back, but we did do 4, we did 2, and now we'll do 2 more on the way out. So we've made it through this little snakeage area. Now we're coming outside. There's the 7th inversion right there. We're going to take a look outside where the canyon is just for a moment, and then go right back into the last corkscrew right there, making it for a total of 8 inversions right there. So that is the Metro roller coaster. The only thing left here is a little bit of a taxi ride on the chain lift all the way back up to the very beginning. So in my opinion, this is probably my most realistic roller coaster. I wouldn't necessarily say that because it's all inside, but as far as the amount of inversions and the length of the ride, I would say this is probably my most serious roller coaster as compared to anything else. I really did try to put a fair amount of effort into this one, so it was cool though. You make this big cave and you just see how much roller coaster you can actually stuff inside of it. obviously using many of the same tools, like auto tunneling was a big one that I used. And the other thing was just trying to figure out how I'm going to then shape it or loop it around. And sometimes you even use the auto generation tool just to figure out how to get from point A to point B and then make your adjustments once it kind of does some calculations. Pretty interesting experience. I liked it. Thanks for that recommendation. If you guys also have other recommendations, you're going to want to leave it down there in the comment section below. Speaking of comments, let's see what you guys had to say last time. Right off here, Bob Tyler says, I loved the video. Thank you so much for enjoying the video last time. Hopefully you guys continue to enjoy this series. I'm going to be trying to do more of them and continuing to develop. The park is in serious need of some pathing and figuring out where people are going to go. You'll see that in just a minute here, though. Double Play Hidden says, yay, 15th like, but I love this series. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much right there. Joe says, Brothgar, your old loadout videos were the best. Thank you so much for that. I enjoyed them too. That was a pretty good time. I don't necessarily have any active plans to cover the game. It's just past its prime, unfortunately, but it's a great game and people continue to play it, and I still recommend that you do give it a try. For me though, I'm not actively going to be covering the game anymore. XX Minecraft says, put a spaceship in the sky. I love your idea. We're going to be giving that a try next time. And you're also the same guy who was recommending the Metro, so nice recommendations, man. I got to figure out how to do a spaceship. I might be able to do a pirate ship. I've seen somebody else do one as one of the pre-built generated maps. There is one. If I can't figure out how to do something different, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. I like the idea, though. Eli Stone, loving the interaction with the comments. Awesome. Keep it up. And holy crap, that Metro roller coaster looking so cool. Also, these videos are the highlight of my week. All I can say is keep it up, man. Thank you so much, Eli. Sorry about the time between the one video and the next. We got to get that time down. So, I'm going to keep trying. Lucas says, I love the idea of the child/starter roller coasters. Also, we have a roller coaster near us that is just like the one that goes up with a straight decline. I personally, myself, have never been on a dive roller coaster, but they look pretty awesome. I've seen a couple of them. I've been on some that are probably pretty similar at maybe some of Six Flags, not near me, but I don't remember one that is actually vertically straight down that holds you before that. I don't think I've ever been on one. Next, you could make a roller coaster that stretches to the far end of your terrain. Also, there were some nice holes in the mountain that it could go through. I like the idea. My next roller coaster is going to be one that is very serious. Probably not going to be as much terrain dependent as we've seen beforehand, but I want to get one that has a long ride time. Just for the sake of it, that's really what I wanted to do. So, I like the idea, Lucas. I'm going to give it a try here next time. Epic Park, thanks so much. Again, Mr. XX, Minecrafter XX. NATO says, when the water comes into the game, you can build a roller coaster that is inspired by Hulk from Universal in Florida. You know what? I have actually been on the Hulk roller coaster down there. That was a pretty cool ride. I really enjoyed it. Probably my favorite one that they had at that park, although it's been a very long time, so I don't necessarily remember. I think there might have been some like Twin Dragon one where they had two roller coasters that were next to each other, but the Hulk was definitely pretty awesome. If I remember right, that roller coaster actually accelerates you out of the first hill. Not accelerates you out of the hill, but accelerates you up at the very beginning. It's a launch coaster. And that's only if my memory's right. Lem says, if you're scared of roller coasters, you might want to ask yourself why. You won't necessarily fall out. And you're right, they lock you in there pretty good, especially when it comes to those inversions. Negative G's, though, are pretty scary. Myself, my very first roller coaster, my sister we were actually in a wooden roller coaster, and she's like, yeah, you don't really need to put the belt on that tight. Here I was like nearly flying out of my seat. It was pretty scary, the first roller coaster I've ever been on, that was happening. And I gotta tell you what, I have cinched them down ever since. But you know what? It was a good learning experience, and I didn't fall out. So, there you have it. Darius Snop says, that new green coaster looks like it rides much better than the previous one. Especially like the barrel rolls you put in it, puts a little flavor in those straight parts. Just like you were recommending, huh? Is it not available to actually name the roller coaster in the game yet? You know what? I'm not sure. I can see that you can edit the building, but I don't necessarily see any clear way of actually editing the name of it. So I'm going to say no, not at the moment. PPS, that Metro-styled roller coaster looks sick, and it's probably going to make me sick. But it also looks cool. Yeah, that one might actually make you sick, especially with the idea that you don't necessarily know which way is up. Nicholas Cage Gaming says, such an amazing and well-built roller coaster. He was talking about the green one last time. I love Planet Coaster, and all your videos are awesome. Thanks for making them. Well, thanks so much, Nicholas Cage Gaming. I got one more in mind that I'm going to be building, and I'm probably going to be building it over here on this side of the park. just because it's a little bit more flat. So it's going to be less terrain dependent, and I've got something special planned out for there. It'll be much more conventional, and I kind of want to prove myself, and I think that's going to be my proven self roller coaster. Make something really cool that you would love to see at any park, not just this park here that is all kind of terrain based. Jumbo says, whoa, you take a lot of time making your videos for us. I respect that and hope you enjoy it and that people like it. I hope you guys are liking it as well. I would say the thing that takes the longest time is making the time lapses. Obviously, you got to make the rides, which takes an hour, hour and a half each time. Plus, recording this takes about an hour, and processing it. It literally does take right around 4 hours or so to make each one of these episodes, which is significantly longer than some of the other videos, but not too far off of what's possible for me. Loadout videos back in the day, those were right around 3 hours a piece. Adventure Capitalist, right around 2 hours, so it's not too far. That is amazing! As unfunny right there. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Very nice job. Goose Bloopy. Oh man, the goose is back. Brothgar, I've been getting into Clash Royale. Just wondering, what arena are you in? I am in the Royal Arena now, Arena 7. They just added an 8th one. So I'm at 2,100 trophies at the current time. It's been pretty cool getting over 2,000 trophies, but I'm definitely seeing a lot more pay to win at this current stage in the game, and it's kind of taking the fun out of the game, like a lot. At any rate, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be trying to expand here and clean up some things in my park for the next episode. Obviously got some more stuff that I'm going to be building, but we'll probably see a time lapse of me just finally getting this path stuff figured out. There's a lot of rides that aren't actually being ridden, so I want to make sure I go ahead and get that done, and that'll happen next time. Also got some things like people they're just stuck and they're glitching like crazy, and these poor guys have just been there for a couple of weeks now just doing this number. So I figure I might as well free these people so they can finally go home and get these rides operational once again. Not to mention build another really cool roller coaster. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Have a great day. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out. Okay, here we go. Come on! Yeah! Woo! Woo! I totally got him! Come on, baby, go, 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 go. Do it! Do it! Do it! Oh, yeah! Get some of that! Get some of that! Mmm! That was building a roller coaster on a floating island right there. Pretty cool idea. Fun stuff. I enjoyed it. 1 million. There we go. Now we're talking. That's the sound of money if I ever heard it. Woo! It's kind of got a weird ring to it. I'm liking it so far. Bye-bye!